President Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan is taking center stage now. Democrats want to vote on the COVID relief package next week. CBS 4 Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor joins us live with a look at where the negotiations stand. Jesse?
Good evening. President Biden is headed to Wisconsin tonight for a televised town hall to make the sell to the American people about why they should support his plan. But the tougher sell is still going to be Republicans in Congress. President Joe Biden is taking the sales pitch for his nearly $2 trillion coronavirus relief plan on the road.
The vast majority of the American people like what they see in this package.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the president's trips to Wisconsin and Michigan this week are not about putting pressure on Congress.
His objective is really to make sure he is engaging directly with the people who are impacted by the pandemic.
The price tag is already a non-starter for Republicans like Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker.
A much more modest COVID package should be passed.
But Wicker says it should still include his bipartisan legislation to provide $25 billion in grants to struggling restaurants.
Targeted relief to this industry that didn't seem to be able to benefit from the original PPP plan.
When restaurants are struggling and dying, a community struggles and dies.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is moving the bill to the front burner of the relief package.
It's one of the few things in this bill that is bipartisan. I wish there were more.
The $15 federal minimum wage hike remains one of the biggest partisan issues.
That's what the American people want, and that's what I intend to do.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is still working to clear procedural hurdles to include it in the relief plan. But Democrats hope to get it to President Biden's desk by mid-March, with or without Republican support.
He said, we need to pass my bill, no ifs, ands, or buts. That's not bipartisan negotiation.
And President Biden's trip to Wisconsin tonight is no coincidence. He won that state by less than a percentage point, and this will be the first time he'll hear from voters face-to-face since taking office. And so we do expect him to continue this message of unity around the plan, even though you do have Republicans in Congress like Senator Wicker, who you just heard from, saying that he's really doing the opposite. Live in Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Well, Jesse, one question about something you mentioned in your piece there. The president and Democrats don't necessarily need Republican support to get this package passed, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And that's why you have Republicans saying, you know, don't leave us behind. But Democrats still can technically do that. And when Republicans are in control, too, in the White House and Congress, we've seen that happen before. And so for this type of legislation, a lot of it, they can use budget reconciliation. And that's essentially just a simple majority. And so the House, they'll be able to pass things easily since it's Democrat controlled like we've seen. But now with the new Democrat controlled Senate, with them having 50 and then the Vice President Kamala Harris serving as that tiebreaker vote, they should be able to pass this without Republicans, even though President Biden has still said, you know, that he hopes that more Republicans come to the table.
Actually has more Republican support outside of Washington than it does on Capitol Hill. All right. CBS 4 Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor. Jesse, thank you for that report.